తులసి సార్ నా వాయిస్ క్లియర్ గా వినిపిస్తుందా? సార్
స్లోగా ఉంది మేడం.
వాయిస్ క్లారిటీగా వినిపించట్లేదా?
వినిపిస్తుంది మేడం ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే. Last class, good morning dear students.
Good morning madam.
Last class we have discussed about the story of microorganisms.
Story of microorganisms.
Slide కనిపిస్తా ఉందా?
Yes madam.
Story of microorganisms and mention of the next one is the pasteurization. Next one is the pasteurization. Who was discovered pasteurization? Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was discovered pasteurization. It is the one of the preservation method. It is one of the preservation method. That means in this process, the milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius. And 15 to 30 minutes and then it chilled stored.
Madam.
Next, this prevents the growth of microorganisms. This prevents growth of microorganisms. And then this process is discovered by Louis Pasteur. So this method is known as pasteurization. This method is known as pasteurization. Who is discovered pasteurization? The
Louis Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur was discovered pasteurization method. The milk is heated up to 70 degrees and 15 to 30 degrees. The milk will be cool and it will be stored in. Next, why we use this pasteurization method? It prevents the growth of microorganisms. It prevents the growth of microorganisms. And next one is the invention of pasteurization. The Louis Pasteur, he proposed the germ theory. That means it is the microorganisms causes diseases. He proposed the germ theory. That means the microorganisms causes some diseases. And that means bacterial infection, fungal infection. These are the bacterial diseases. And these are the diseases caused by microorganism. Who has proposed the germ theory? The Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was discovered the germ theory
Pasteurization.
of diseases. Germ theory of diseases. Next,
Diseases.
he also invented for vaccine, rabies vaccine. The Louis Pasteur was discovered and invented the vaccine for rabies. That means dog bite. Next, he also invented the anthrax vaccine. That means anthrax means the disease contain goats and sheep. Next, he also invented the anthrax vaccine and he also invented the rabies vaccine. And he also invented the pasteurization, that means preservation method. How to preserve the food items? Next, he had saved the silk industry of Germany and France. He is controlled microbial diseases caused to silk moth. He had saved the silk industry. Control microbes. To control the microbial diseases caused the silk moths. And then Lazzaro Spallanzani. He is the first person to prove the experimentally that microorganisms could be killed by. How to destroy the microorganisms? How to destroy microorganisms? Microorganisms kill the process, that is the boiling process. We kill the microorganisms, that is boiling. Next, storage. How to storage food items and how to packing the food items. Next, the prevents spoilage of food. This prevents the spoilage of food items. The pasteurization is the prevents spoilation of food. And then food can be preserved for long period of time. Food can be preserved for long period of time. And the quality of food is ensured for a long time. The quality of food is preserved by long time. Then the variety of food items may be available in 4 places in any season, in any region. Next one is the invention of pasteurization led to the invention of sterilization. That means that is the process, it kills the microbes. Invention of pasteurization that lead to invention of sterilization. The sterilization means in this process the microbes will be killed. And then in sterilization chamber are heated up to very temperature up to 30 minutes. In this process, the sterilization process, the materials heated up to 30 minutes. The materials are heated up to 30 minutes. And then during the operation surgeons, that means he used sterilized instruments. He used to sterilized instruments and sterilized materials to avoid to infection, which avoid to getting infection. Next one is the nitrogen fixation. That means the bacteria name was Rhizobium. The Rhizobium is present in the root nodules. Root nodules of the many leguminous plants like pulses. Red gram, green gram dal, Bengal gram dal. These are the leguminous plants. Groundnut. These are the leguminous plants. The Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules. So these are root nodules. This is the leguminous plant. The Rhizobium bacteria, this is the Rhizobium bacteria, it is present in the root nodules of the leguminous crops, such as bean plants, peas. These are the leguminous crops. The Rhizobium, it continues the symbiosis relationship. It continues the symbiosis relationship. Next, what is the use of Rhizobium bacteria? The bacterium, that is the Rhizobium, it takes nitrogen from the atmosphere and fixes on the roots to plant. The Rhizobium bacteria capture the nitrogen to the atmosphere. It provides the nitrogen to the plant. The plant can directly absorb, the plant do not absorb the nitrogen directly, but the Rhizobium bacteria can absorb the nitrogen to the atmosphere and it provides the plant body. The plant gives support to the plant gives shelter to the Rhizobium bacteria for the help of food and shelter. That means the plant gives shelter to the bacterium. And then the relationship is known as symbiosis. That means the both help each other. The Rhizobium bacteria is present in root nodules of the many leguminous plants. That means it is having root nodules. Examples: beans, peas, all pulses. These are the leguminous crops. The bacteria present in the root nodules. The bacteria present in the root nodules. The bacteria capture the nitrogen to the atmosphere and it provides the plant body. And the plant gives shelter to the bacteria. It helps to both. And this relationship is known as symbiosis. This relationship is known as symbiosis. Next. We are going to next new topic. Reproduction in animals. What is reproduction? Slide కనిపిస్తుందా? Next, now we are going to discuss about the new topic, that is the reproduction in animals. That means, what is reproduction in plants and animals? Reproduction is necessary for life process, for being a continuation of life by producing the offspring. Plants and animals, that is having reproduction, it is necessary for life processes. It is continuation of the producing offsprings or producing young ones. That means the organism, it is capable for offspring by the process of reproduction. The organism it is capable for give rise to offsprings by the process of reproduction, and it is giving birth to young ones. Next one, we have seen a lot of small and big animals around us. Small animals and big animals. Which animals we have seen in our surroundings? Anyone? That means some of them have external ears. Some of them have external ears, and some of them we do not have external ears. What are the examples of animals that have external ears? The examples of external ears. Which animals do have that have external ears? Deer, leopard, pig, buffalo, giraffe, elephant, cat. These are the animals that animals have external ears. That animals have external ears. That animals have external ears. Next one. Which are animals that do not have external ears? That is the fish. Fish, it is not having external ears. And frog, it is also not having external ears. Sparrow, lizard, crow, these are the animals. They do not have external ears. And next one is the viviparous animals and oviparous animals. What is the viviparous animals? The animal give birth to their offsprings. That animals are also called as viviparous. That means they do not lay eggs. It is directly give birth to young ones. They do not lay eggs. They directly give birth to young ones or offsprings. That's why it is called as viviparous animals. The animal which give birth to their offsprings are called as viviparous. The animals, they do not lay eggs. They are directly giving birth to young ones. Next, oviparous. That means the animals giving birth to young ones have epidermal hairs on their skin, and it is having external ears. What is oviparous? The animals giving birth to young ones. They are having epidermal hairs on their skin and external ears also having. What are the examples of oviparous and what are the examples of viviparous? Viviparous means human beings. Human beings are also example of viviparous. The human beings, they are giving birth to young ones directly. They do not lay eggs. And dog also giving birth to directly young ones, and cow also. Next, oviparous means hen. It lay eggs and it is hatching. Next, crocodile and ostrich. These oviparous animals, they lay eggs, and viviparous animals do not lay eggs. It is giving birth to young ones. It is directly giving birth to young ones. Next. The animals that lay egg do not have epidermal hairs or external ears. These animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous. Which animal that lay eggs are called as oviparous? Directly giving birth to young ones, that animals are called as viviparous. The animals which lay eggs are called as oviparous. Next, what is reproduction? The process of living beings. It is produced into offsprings to continuation of life, to continuation of population, to continuation of next generation. And then this is one of the basic life processes. The continuation of species. That means next another generation. It is essential for the continuation of new species. Next, what are the modes of reproduction in animals? Modes of reproduction and types of reproduction. What are the modes of reproduction? The modes of reproduction is two types. Number one is asexual reproduction and sexual mode of reproduction. What are the modes of reproduction in animals? Asexual mode of reproduction in animals and sexual mode of reproduction in animals. First, we are going to discuss about the asexual mode of reproduction. That means they do not involving the gametes. They do not involving the gametes. That means in some animals, the formation of the gametes does not take place. They do not involving the gametes. And they produce offspring themselves. That means the formation of gametes does not take place, and the fusion of the gametes, and such process of reproduction is called as asexual reproduction. That means the asexual reproduction, the formation of gametes do not take place. They do not involving the gametes like male, female. Such process is known as asexual reproduction. What are the examples of asexual reproduction in animals? Amoeba, paramecium, and hydra. These are the animals. They do not have gametes. Next, observing budding in hydra. That means hydra is a microscopic organism. It reproduces asexually. It is the microscopic. It's very minute. We cannot see with our naked eye. We can only see with the microscope. It is very minute structure. The hydra is a microscopic organism. It reproduces asexually. And each hydra, there may be producers one or more bulges, that is called as buds. And hydra also, we see budding the new individuals. The new hydras, the new birds develop from the birds. This type of asexual reproduction is known as budding. Next, this is the budding process of hydra. The hydra is a microscopic organism. It produces this is the bulges. This produces the one or more bulges, that is called buds. That is called buds. And it produces the new individuals. It producing the new individuals. This type of asexual reproduction is known as budding. This type of asexual reproduction is known as budding. That means it is forming the buds. This is the parent organism. The parent hydra developing the bud and it forms the new bud. The new bud will be divided into parent organism and it survive the independently. And next one is the amoeba. We know that amoeba is single cellular organism. Why it is called as single cellular organism? It is having only single cell. The amoeba is made up of only one cell, only single cell. That's why it is called as unicellular organism. The amoeba lives in fresh water and the body is made up of only single cell. That's why it is called as unicellular organism. Next. Next, binary fission in amoeba. The amoeba, how to produce the new offsprings? That means after the nucleus gets matured, it will be starts dividing, and after the completion of division, after the nucleus, the body amoeba is divided into two individuals. That means two daughter cells. The single parent forms two daughter amoebae. Thus the parent becomes, it is non-existent. That means the parent amoeba, see the diagram, the parent amoeba, when the nucleus, this is the nucleus, after the nucleus get matured, it will be divided into two daughter cells. That means the nucleus will be elongation and division of nucleus and division of the cytoplasm. That means the amoeba, the parent amoeba produces two daughter cells. The parent amoeba produces two daughter cells. Next, this type of asexual reproduction, an animal by producing two individuals, that is called as binary fission. They are producing three individuals, that is called multiple fission. Three or more, that is called as multiple fission. The parent amoeba, this is the parent amoeba. The parent amoeba is divided into two daughter cells. It is producing two daughter cells. That means they do not involving the gametes. They do not have gametes. The gametes do not have takes place. Only the parent organism is divided into new individuals. That is the mode of asexual reproduction. In Hydra, that is the budding process. And binary fission, it is in having amoeba. Next. Next one is the sexual mode of